Well, excuse me. Hi, everybody. My name is Jessica Holyfield, and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we're here taking a look at D.League round number 10. I'm excited for this. I've really been enjoying this season, especially with just the commentary we've been having in the comments. It's been awesome. Can't wait to dive in here. If you're wondering why my voice may sound so crystal clear, stay tuned. You'll find out here pretty soon. But I can't wait to dive in. Let's go ahead and get started. Jose versus Full Cast. Shiggy kicks. Okay. Those bombers look roomy and comfortable. Rami. Ren. Going with their go-to lineup. Ready. This will be fun. I mean, both are great on the technique side and their respective styles. Razors. Oh my god, I didn't even do my bingo. Okay, I'll say 3. I'll say 3. Kid Twigs. Infinity Twigs. KCR. Okay. Nah, I was off anyway. I mean, I was low-key seeing half the panel. 4 Twigs. It wouldn't have really counted. Twigs bingo's only fun when we do it from the start. I cannot believe I forgot. It's normally they come in the later matches. Their fits are eating. I would love to own that top. Love it. The blueberries have come out to play. Again, I wish they would change color to make it more fun, don't you think? Blue's just so blue. Give us a green blueberry. Okay. It's also fun seeing our little MC guys fit. Instead of Chrome Hearts beanie, that costs like a car payment. I was trying to be creative, but it's not working. There it is. 8 rocks. Ooh, nice. Okay, nice. Honestly, they could have passed that if they kept it together through the 8 count. They could have passed for a synchro section. That was cool. Oh, God. Oh, when we we press it from like a handstand down to a chair. Those are always so fun. This is fun. You have your go-to small group sections. My guy on that stage right side, he's a little bit off. Gosh. Doesn't it feel like synchro sections are either like super safe or they're just on that fine line of like there could be another section that would have been more competitive for synchro? I think their other section would have been way doper. Very safe from them. Okay. Nice little back tuck. It never hurt no. I mean, it's hurt somebody, but for a break team, come on now. Well, excuse me. You decided to stop time on your elbow. God, I loved that. That was cool. Oh, that was sweet. Going to a B-twist assist like that was sick. Like, come on. That would have been a sick synchro section. All this. I mean, if that would be like, if you really, really, really cleaned it, Lord. That second half, honestly, past synchro is freaking sick. Thank you! That was really cool. That second half of the section, but it felt like the first half felt like a normal format. Still incredible. They're incredible artists with their bodies. But you have to be mindful of the circuit. We're round 10 in the game, right? So the format of small groups with the switch out, I don't know if their staging was really going to be helpful here category-wise. Technique was strong, of course. Creativity, I would say that second half for sure. The utilization of that ace is really competitive. I loved his choices. I would say synchro was a bit on the safe side, but if they're clean, if full cast isn't, then they take the win for it. So I understand it. Staging, I don't know. If full cast has really, really interesting lighting choices, because that's what I've learned. Lighting is a big component in prop utilization. So if they bring either full cast really, really well and creatively, they may take staging. Technique was strong, though. Ace was great. Synchro was fine. And then you have choreo. That's going to be subjective up to concept, if they have it. And then audience, I don't know who has a better pool. I think the audience really enjoyed that, though. God, that ace, when he got into it. Wild.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full cast razors.
Vroom, 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 vroom. Oh! Oh! See, look. I love the lights in the corners like that. Their staging is fun so far. Ew. Oh my god. Oh my god. That synchro's dope as heck. Oh, I love that. I personally would be giving it to full cast for that synchro section. Ooh! How they were using their jabs on the base. Very fun. Where's my ace doing? Eee! That's strong. Strong. Ooh. The swipes were... Oh, the swipes were cool. Oh, give me a good cannon. Nice. That was dope. That was dope. Oh. With the body. love his smile, my center guy. Goodness gracious. Wow. Thank you! Oh, God. Full cast! Wow. Okay. I would say Synchro, I'd give to full cast. Well, let's go in order. Audience. Out of the two, I love the second half of Eight Rocks. I like the second half of 8 Rocks. I liked more sections of full casts, personally, based on preference on how they structured everything in their style. Because I'm a hybrid girly, and because I can see it and treat it as a form of creativity on your technique. Whenever you have a solid foundation, which both obviously do, I can see Koze taking technique. So audience for me, I'm just going off of how I feel. I liked full cast. Audience freaking loved 8 Rocks. You heard that cheer at the end. So I don't know, but that's what I'm going for. I'm going to say technique's going to Koze. I'm going to say staging's going full cast. I will be surprised. I love their lighting usage. I love their spotlights. I love the color palettes. I really, really enjoyed how they chose to go about that. Loved it. I would say Ace is going to go to 8 Rocks. I would say Synchro goes to full cast. What am I missing? Choreo. Choreo, to me, is always a toss-up because I know that there's, what is it? We're always having to navigate if there's a concept involved. And for me, it's always a double-edged sword because if you don't get the concept, then it's harder to appreciate what you're watching, right? Which isn't fair to the team if that's a criteria, right? Because if I don't get it, that shouldn't be their fault, especially if it's niche, but then also just assuming that I would know it also is the risk that you run. Does that make sense? It's definitely just like it's something that makes it really subjective because it's impossible to know everything in the world. I think it's kind of my playing field with concepts as a part of your criteria, which it's not technically, but you do see it as an influence, especially in the previews that I can't really understand. So all that to say, I can see it tie. And I can see if I was counting, I gave full cast, synchro, staging, and I gave him my audience. But I gave Koze technique. I think it's a swing, toss up on choreo, and ace. I can see it as a 3-3. I'm gonna go that, or I'm gonna say 4-2. Could go Koze favor. Let's see though.
Round 10 ファーストマッチブルーコーナーのコーセ8ロックスかレッドコーナーのフルキャストレイザーズかそれではジャッジの結果を見ていきましょう
Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. I swear, every week I love this commentator. I swear, every time I think I'm getting closer to how these judges are scoring it, I get completely thrown off. If I'm going off of what I'm remembering in my conversations in the comments from the last round, staging's prop and lighting utilization, which I think, I really, really feel that full cast really, really showed that. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that Koze won. I'm surprised they took as many categories as they did. Especially the synchro section. Staging especially. But ace for sure. Audience I could tell based on what we were hearing, right? But in general, I'd say full cast. You did a great job, guys. Truly. That was fan-freaking-tastic. Round 2. Valuance versus Benefit. Unicorns versus Queens. Ooh. Naoki, Ryoga. Side note, somebody did ask that I should take a look at the leaderboard at the end because I hadn't really looked at it yet, so I don't know the rankings of all these teams yet. I don't know who's in the lineup for making it to the national champs. So I'll look at that before we look at most valuable dancer. Fear not, I got you. if I told you guys, but what was her name? Hal. She's affiliated with Benefit One. She was a special performer for one of the challenges, one of the rounds. So this has nothing to do with Benefit One, but everything to do with the fact that she was on here. So she was on here. We ended up following each other on Instagram. Love it. Get this. She had a post about some jeans that she wore. They looked freaking sick. I go to the website, they're on sale. Obviously, I purchased them. So now I own a pair of jeans just because I watched this girl who's a part of Benefit One freaking kill it, and I saw her on Instagram. So I'm telling you, D.League is enhancing my wardrobe just by who shows up on here and who we end up following on. So special shout out to her. She's the reason why I get a little bit cooler on the streets. It's gonna be interesting. I love the direction that Benefit One's taking. It's so interesting that they're not like shying away from trying to find what works for them. But man, I'm telling you, a couple rounds ago, melting. With the one where they're the thumbnail, that was such a freaking good round of theirs. So good. Valuance, man. I would assume, I don't know how many people have sweeped, but Valuance, I don't remember them losing at all this season. Their creativity is through the freaking roof this season in their choices.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Valuance infinities.
Game on, I'm ready. Oh, that wasn't like the squeaky cleanest. But dang, that was a dope AF synchro. How they choose to slide on their floor work. And their speed changing. Their BPM changing. But I love that there's different timbres involved this time compared to last round. Whoa! That's a cool way to show your ace off. Come on, come on. We lost our balance there, but because of how abstract some of our choices are, it worked. Oh, man. Love it. He ended up having to, while in rotation, get back on the spotlight. That was smart. Gosh, it just shows how well the peripherals are on the stage. The timing just feels a smidgen off on so many add-ons, or so many, like, partnering moments. That's fun. Like, certain ranges are just a smidgen off, like over on the stage left side. Yeah, but remember, synchro happened from the jump. All this, it doesn't really matter if you're clean, unless that's your concept. It's strong. They're very, very competitive. Thank you! I enjoyed that thoroughly. Like, just their phrasing is so captivating every time. They're so consistent. Now technique. Technique, they are always a contender through and through.
まさかのいきなりシンクロ始まりで、会場一気にすごい緊張感ありましたし、そこからね、自由に解き放たれたようなパフォーマンス素敵だったし、何より体を大きく使ったエースのね、 直樹さんのダイナミックなソロもすごく個人的には好きでした、それに対するベネフィットはものに世界観を作り込んでくる新しい世界がここに。
レッドコーナーのチームはこちら。美しき演技を紡ぎ出す芸術の創造者の登場。己のスタイルを貫くその確固たる意志は再び勝利への扉を開ける。唯一無二の彼女たちが今宵も凛としてこのステージに降り立つ。圧倒的世界観を持つボノリースにしかできないパフォーマンス、早速見せてもらいましょう。さあセカンドマッチ、対するはこのチーム変幻自在のアートミュージアム、紹介しましょう。ベネフィットはボノリース。10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 Benefit 1 Monolith.
I mean, I'm always a sucker for good acro. Come on now. Oh. 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 Well, that's gorgeous. Thank you for the angles for that. Partnering. Turning into a little quad moment there. I have a question. Will they count it even though somebody's a different level? Because it was all arms and head. So all the components were the exact same, but not everybody was the same level. I wonder if that's just a technicality. Oh, does that make you ask questions about a synchro though? That was a risk. I loved it though. Cool. It was a nice way to do a reveal. Ooh. That was so fun. A lot of arm control involved in this. Some people may say tutting, but because of their background, we're going to call it arm control. Yes. Catwalk. Yes. This is a fun hybrid of Vogue elements with acrobatics. Oh my gosh. This is so fascinating. Oh my gosh. That was so fun. Thank you. All right, let's talk chat. So, oh, she Jesus, this is a good down. That was cute. I really like the ace, and I like their synchro. I'm going to say it's a technicality if they don't get synchro. But I liked what Value and Symphinities did. But I do feel like there was somebody off on it. But they're going to do the replay, and that's what's going to verify that. That was from the jump. I love the fact that they just started the synchro as the first thing we see. Lighting was really cool. Man, I do know Vogue's really not getting a lot of love this season. Really at all. We're whacking. So, well, I say that, but literally imoon got a shutout from Avex for doing a straight up whacking routine. I think it's Benefit One's exploration of their whacking. Oh, they cut it off. I don't know. I don't know who's going to take synchro. Part of me thinks that Benefit One's not going to get it because of a technicality of somebody being a different level on a synchro. Even though the arms and the head, that would have to be, you read the rule book on what is defined as a synchro. Yeah, Value's just a little bit off, but it doesn't matter in those sections. They have the difficulty, they have the complexity, they have the creativity, they understand how to use staging, they understand how to do formations and dynamic shifts. I think this is definitely a step in a great direction to make this more competitive. They can score more categories with something like this, but Valuance is very, very strong at a lot of categories, enough categories. to possibly take a win. This synchro was so cool. The components are great. Part of me wishes we involved more Vogue elements near the beginning. We carried a little bit more. I mean, we technically, if I'm being honest, they did have heavy arm control, and then they added the Vogue essence aesthetic in the later half. So I'll give it to them. They were really showing more arm control throughout the whole thing. I appreciate it, but heavy acro. Oh. Audience is done. Yeah, so I couldn't tell you who will take it. I mean, my gut tells me Valiant is going to take a win for it. But I do want Benefit 1 to get... I really want them to get that synchro. I don't know if they will. I'm curious about that. Let's go find out. Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. Wow. Talk about a proud soccer mom moment over here. Oh my god! Oh, they're gonna win. Oh, against somebody. Oh, Valiant is tough too. Oh man, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Technique though, psh, freaking awesome. I'm still just as lost on staging. I am, guys. I wish this feels like staging's getting rewarded more towards the format of how you use your people, more than the lights and the props, like I thought. If you have props. But they got staging and they have their... They used props and they used them well. The lighting was cool. Wow! Oh my god. Can we just give a little applause to... I think it's a little overdue. I think there was a couple rounds where they could have taken a win. I do think so, but... Hey, we'll take it where we can get it. You better freaking slay, Miss Ma'am. I'm so glad we got arm control, getting repped, getting appreciated, and getting valued on difficulty for how it was syncopated. Thank you for that. Avex Royal Brats. What are they going to be bringing us this time? They've turned into such a vibe. Junpei. They all look so sad. Shungo. They've really been tackling the looks of corporate life, huh?
On the red corner, List X. The ace performer,
Rinka. Tatsuki. That's fun. Saku with the glasses is so fun. Ugh.
いやこのチームもね一人一人のスキルめちゃくちゃ高いですし、今回のエースのリンカさんは初ということで最年少多分並々ならぬ気合で臨んでくるんじゃないかと思いますから、非常に楽しみです。どんな作品が飛び出すか。
hey.
遊び心と個性が炸裂オーディエンスを魅了するこのチームの登場今宵も見せる ARB スタイルテーマはステーション頑張るあなたたまには肩の力を抜いて休んでみては普段見えない景色が見えるはずですそんな景色を見てみましょうか皆さんコレオグラファーとして追求し続ける彼らのパフォーマンス楽しんでみましょう紹介しましょう ABIS Royal Bloods 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. ABIS Royal Bloods.
Oh, they're trying to go for staging, aren't they? Look at that prop usage on the umbrella. Wow, lots of risk happening here. Cause that umbrella ain't just like getting tossed willy-nilly. Ooh. Hey, it's fine. Wow. Wow. Ooh, very nuanced. Oh, cute. That's a good A solo, Junpei. Yes. Did you hear how crisp that clap was? Oh, yeah. This is a good competitive routine. Great concept. It feels very universal at a train station. Different walks of life involved. Wow. Imagine if they pulled that as a synchro. That would be wild, right? So risky, though. Who needs a briefcase? Yes, toss that stuff up. Come on now. Pop it. Yep. Nice. Nice. The scattered claps. Thank you! Wow. And I love, honestly, out of most things, how much they let the emotion of their routine linger. He's still there. He's still there. God, I love it. Yeah, it's so good. Commitment to character was exactly that. So fun.
それに対するリスト X オンポイントというテーマ、一人一人のそれぞれのヒップホップを見せていく、そのようなことを模しているそうです。どんな作品でしょうか。楽しみだな。そしてリンカーさん初めての SP、今回初めてのエースということ、どんな作品でしょうか。見てまいりましょう。
Meow 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 meow. Party party mode. Hop a shop a show. Wah 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 wah.
シンプルかつ大胆に己の信じる踊りを表現し勝利をつかみ取るさあサードマッチ対するはこのチームトリックスターなダークホース紹介しましょうリスト X 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 List
That reversal was quite nice. Ooh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow, okay. That was cool. The speed change to get out of that was really fun. Wow. That was interesting. That was cool. That setup was cool. Oh! The air time as the light cut. That was really cool. Normally people are on the ground for that. How's our synchro? I like the speed changes. Ooh, okay, okay. You guys know I'm a sucker for waving. Her flow was so fun in the beginning, but then it feels like we're cutting off some of it there. We cut off a little bit. There's a way you can turn it into more of a glitch and still connect your dots. So that's my one no I'm gonna give that. Yes. Ooh, a little bit out of tune, isn't it? It like settles not as well as you would want it to be. Ooh, that was a cool finish. I'm gonna call this a 5-1. I can see Listex taking technique, but I think Avex will take everything else. It really feels like Avex is tying and taking a couple notes out of Leifel's book, but putting a little Avex embellishment on it. You know what I mean? But I mean that very complimentary. Like, they've been pulling this kind of stuff from last season, but it just feels very, like, on brand to it. Avex really brought something competitive here. Where it was storyline, they're really good at committing to character. But man, they knew how to stage up that routine very well. A lot of risk-taking. I'm here for it. So that, I feel pretty strong about that. I'm going to go 5-1 in favor of Avex, with Listex taking technique, if that. So let's go find out. Okay. The ace, I would say, like, I really like Junpei's choice in how he syncopated on his track a lot. I don't know why they're just not a fan of Junpei's stuff. Maybe it's super, super hybrid. I preferred how he went about his ace over her lack of connection between her waving choices. And that's coming from a waver. So that's the only reason why I was able to pick it up as nuanced as I was. I can't catch it as well in other styles, but I can on waving. So that's why my preference was going to go to him. Could it also be chalked up to just saturation of the circuit and seeing what he's done in rounds past and seeing what he does here? Maybe it's that. I'm a human, right? So I'm glad that she was able to get that. So a 4-2, that's fine. I mean, that makes sense. I can get on board with that for sure. Her first half of it was fantastic. It just disconnected near the middle, which is really what really caught me off guard on it. But yeah, them getting what they got makes 1,000% sense. I was pretty confident in it, as y'all noticed from like the end of it. That was such a good concept on them. Absolutely, it was really well done. Good for them. Will this be interesting? Dip Battles in Katakawa. Last time they encountered, last season, it was so predictable. But they got a lot of technique now. Wow. Jilly J. I love that name so much. Jilly J. Wasn't there somebody named Lil Bean? I hope we see them. aren't you cute? Oh, hi. I have no idea what's about to happen here.
On the red corner, Kadokawa Dreams.
No, I don't want to go there. Sasha. Jerica. Oh, hi. Yo. Satsuki. That's coming in play. All this mess right here. Yeah, and Satsuki's gonna assist, I'm telling. But Kilo's not in this lineup, which is interesting, because normally when you see those two, you'll see Kilo. And Kilo would be your ace. And also, when you see Kadakawa's whole little opening like this, you don't see so much animation hybrid within it. So it's always so different, right, than what you would expect. Kadakawa Dreams. Huh. I do have questions. Oh, oh. You know what this feels like to me? Mannequins getting upset that they're dressed the way that they are. So they're revolting. A mannequin revolts. I know that's probably not what this is. That was fun. I know the words that are being spoken probably are helping in what this is about. Oh. We're not about to do a synchro with people on our shoulders. No. Kinsei looks like an elderly man with this fit, like who's out for a jog right now. I thought we were about to start a synchro with that pelvic thrust. I was about to lose my mind. Come on. There it is. That was cool. And they topped out at the end. That was nice. Thank you! That's good. Ooh. That head is clean shaven, isn't it? Deep battles! That was... These commentators are everything. He has no hair now. Yeah, but like because he kept this and he took this out, he's giving like 1970s dad in the neighborhood going for a jog now. Family Guy, man. What a family man. Oh man, I cannot tell you what that was about, and that's okay. We look at the choreography. I really appreciated the cannons. The dynamics were really cool. I thought the glitch effect in a lot of our choices, the speed changes were really fun. I love some of these just fun, repetitive movements that, with some pelvic thrusts and some arms to complement. I thought those were funny. Now, whether or not it all worked well in the set together, couldn't tell you. In the, let's say, like, concept itself. I'm assuming hip-hop, because he said hip-hop is... Well, hip-hop's a culture. Hopefully we're all aware of that. 7, 6...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Meow, meow, meow. I'm already noticing now what they have, these tassels on their shirts, is gonna be a huge risk. That was sick. That was cool. Huge risk on synchro. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah. Cool. Ooh. Okay. Wow. That was more full than I was expecting. I'm gonna tell you, the fact that they risked their synchro in a travel like that, that's up there with Benefit One on a technicality, isn't it? With the pelvic thrust is everything. Ooh. Thank you! Yeah, so both of them... Both of them I couldn't tell you, like, what the concept itself was. Sheesh, though, man. I really wasn't expecting their synchro to look as clean as it was because of those tassels. You see it so many times when you have that kind of garment or textile on your fit, especially if they're all wearing different fits. You had some have it and some not. That's going to affect your range aggressively, right? Man, okay. So we got to, like, guys, audience, Oh, I accidentally paused it, unpaused. I'm sorry. I don't know what I cut off on, but we got a chat, fam. Who are we? Who gets what category? Audience is gonna be that. I think that's a preference game depending on how you feel and who has a stronger fan base. I think I liked more components from Katakawa's, preferentially. I like their risk taking in certain areas. This one was, it had that gimmick in it. This one also had a gimmick, but also I can't rely upon the fact that I knew he had hair going in as like a fun little factor or surprise. I think it's good for like those that are a part of it. Like, of course, I know I am a part of it as like a commentator here, but I can see Dip take technique. When it comes to choreo, they're both weird. So I think it could be, have me be preference. Staging too, Lord. This is gonna be hard. I can see Katakawa take synchro, and I can see them take ace as well. Those two, I can see them take audience. I would want this to probably tie, because both were competitive and very niche in idea, to where I could not really tell you what it was about just from what I was watching. It's not the same as when I'm watching like Avex's routine this round, and I see that we have one person that is a little bit down in the dumps and everybody else helps encourage them, and the scene's set in like a train station, right? Like you can get it from sounds, that kind of stuff. This is tricky, guys. So it may be like a shutout, and I'm just giving the benefit of the doubt in certain categories, but I see Katakawa. I can see them take synchro the same way Benefit 1 took their synchro, because they approach it in a different way than just being stationary. But I really liked Dip's. I liked all of Dip's categories, just like I like Katakawa's. Like, they're both right up there. So I think it would be very narrow in any category that gets won by whoever. So I guess we'll find out. Wow. So yeah, I guess the benefit of the doubt at that hard, and they swept it. Do I think this was like a sweepable, like obvious sweep? No. At all. I think they were surprised too. I mean, look. Let's see if I can even bring it back. Let's go back and look. I think they were surprised. Look. See, look. They're like, what? Psh. Nah, that's, I mean, no, here's the thing. These teams are fantastic, do not get me wrong. And I'm so glad that they got a sweep. Good for them. I don't think they structure that routine. That's not the same type of routine that they had done with, like the first time we had Kilo as an ace. Like that one where he was in that red for, Lord help us. That routine is one of the most shutoutable routines that it will happen this season. That was insane, right? This one didn't feel that way. I feel like Dip could have taken a couple categories. Interesting. Wow. Huh. But then also too, Dip did go a little bit off the deep end on this one too. You know, they had heavy animation. Glitch effects, speed changes, dynamic choices were really cool. Isn't that fascinating? This was such an interesting matchup, don't you think? Between the two? A sweep would be about the same amount of surprise as a tie. I think that's what this kind of match was to me. But I'm really happy they got a sweep. They got that extra point. I bet that's going to help them on the scoreboard. I don't know where they are yet. They're probably in the top 5 would be my safe assumption based on how they've been ranking in their matches. But yeah, this was a very interesting match.
Hi everyone, this is our official intermission of D.League. I told you that I was going to talk about why my voice sounded so crisp. The reason why is because I was sent this microphone, mono, imoon. I'll attach the link in the description. They sent me this mic. It is a PD300X. It's about crystal clear clarity of your vocals, which hopefully you guys have noticed throughout. I am talking quieter because it's really close to me, but also, can you tell the fact my cord is long enough that I can even bring it up to show it to you? Also shows you the versatility that you can dangle it from the top, have it on your desk like myself because I like to hide it, but also I'm able to adjust the volume here. I didn't feel like doing it now because we're right in the middle of our analysis, to adjust it. And I can also mute myself if needed, that kind of stuff. So I wanted to show this off and let y'all know I got a new microphone. And it's a little bit heavy right here, so that also means that you can also lift weights if you're bored instead of just watching stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to show this off. It's in the description if you want to know more. But yeah, back to our actual viewing.
On the blue corner, DYM Messengers.
DYM versus Septini. Takuto. Yasmin, my spirit animal. Takuya. So they're going with team lineup, no specials.
On the red corner, Septini Raptors.
あうい。 This is a fun vibe. And it's got their logo in the corner. Tora. Ooh, hi. Shigi Tora. I like that Akihito is dressing in a vibe that works. Yeah. I like that our special performer learned it too. I love that. With the blueberries, Septini Raptors.
DYM Messengers! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. DYM Messengers. Ready, set, and
I love a good melt in the beginning. Threads with flexibility. Speak my language. Come on now. What an abstract way of promoting a lift and getting them all the way down. You know, this particular round has got me asking so many questions about the synchro, because even here, you have somebody directly behind somebody else, which can make it really hard to know, is everybody clean? Just like you had a whole group traveling, you had a group with somebody was a different level. Good chance that's been happening before, but I've never been clocking it like this until this round. Wow. What a progression. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, my guy right there that pulled a little suicide moment, I genuinely thought he was just walking it off. Like, that hurt. Does that make sense? That run across was cool. Okay. Nice. Wow. This is so fun. If we're going off of staging of how you use people, they're very, very fun in the organic exploration of it. I bet their workshopping is so interesting, right? With the speed change. Thank you! Speed change off into a finish. Come on. With our legs out. That was fun. That was fun. The areas that were clean needed to be clean, which was synchro. The only section that actually has to be clean by obligation. Man. Valuance, what they have in creativity and content, DYM has creativity in how they use each other. It's so fascinating, really. Goodness. I'm listening, ready. Now, DYM is always a competitive team in terms of technique and now audience. They got heavy audience in their favor. They're giving moving company vibes with the little dollies, right?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Centennial Raptors.
This is giving Bob the Builder meets Daniel Cloud Campos as the musicianist, right? Oh, I'm digging this hard. This is so wild. Getting that box where it needed to be. Now, are they going to pull a synchro on these boxes? Let's find out. Cute. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Using their bodies as the different tools. Love that. Wow. So they're doing integration of some house. I like the speed changes of that. Speed changes are classic, man. I love how they use it with the dolly. Wow. A lot of heavy house. But there's quite a few little Afro moments in it. The staging on this is so fascinating. I love the usage of the props and the boxes. There's only been like 1 or 2 times where that guitar was not used when you would hear the guitar. And that's my one qualm I have with it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, you see what I mean? I love those choices, and they have this little Afro, like, single fingerprint in a phrase. Because they did a little butterfly one time, but a lot of this is house. That was fun. That's something Avex would do, wasn't it? Thank you! Yeah, I love that. I think that was quite successful. Way to go, guys. I would give them staging, for sure. If we're using props, lighting, and just usage of each other, that was so fun. I really enjoyed that. And I think they feel really proud of themselves for it. Okay, audience. I can see DYM take audience. I understand it. My preference, I really like Septiny's set. So I, as an audience member, would vote for them. I would say technique. Whoo, DYM's always stout on theirs. So I'm going to go their exploration and creativity of their technique. I'm going to give to DYM. Choreography and staging and synchro and ace, I'm going to give to Septiny. So I'm going to call it a 4-2. DYM takes audience. Like, those were fun. Don't get me wrong. That's cool. Septiny doing their synchro on boxes made my heart very happy. My predicting part of my brain was like, if they do it, if they're going to do it, they should do it on the boxes, and they did. I like the risk on that. And I think, like, this kind of stuff is so freaking cool. Now, the question is, does that go under staging? Like, for me, I would assume that's, like, the usage of stage. And they do a great job of using people to space out and use the stage. But their prop utilization here and using the lighting to help guide their story, I think it was fantastic. I only had one issue with the guitar that happened near the beginning. There was a strum that the guitarist did not strum on, but he hit everything else. That's really the only thing. But all this, man, heavy. But there was like your Afro butterfly, right? Then you have a lot of this, which feels super, it's like, it's house, but it feels jazz. Like, jazz. Not Fosse jazz, but like where Fosse got it from. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, I really like Septiny's set. I like DYM's on the creativity standpoint for the formations, but man, Septiny's staging was wild. So I'm going to go, Septiny's going to take the win. I do think DYM will take technique, though. Audience is up in the air, but I'll go DYM for that. So I'm going to say 4-2 for this. Cool. Yeah. Hey, it's 4-2. DYM getting technique. Hey, them taking ace. I respect that. The aces, it's always the aces that I feel like I just never get. An audience can swing it their way. I'm glad it was a 4-2 and they got the win for it. And they got staging and choreo. Absolutely. And their synchro performance going on the boxes was so freaking smart. I love it. Because I would say this could just be a me thing. I'm going to let it keep playing. I personally feel on synchro and ace, it's how they're integrated in the set, right? If it feels too out of place, then it feels out of place. I've really felt that way with Junpei's ace from last round. I mean, the whole thing was quite fascinating, right? But it didn't feel like it matched what our intention was of the concept. Here, I felt like both were pretty well done, but the fact that they went with their synchro using the boxes was very smart. So that's why I'm like yes to that, and they matched on complexity. So that to me, this was a great match. Cyber Agent versus Lifeful Alt Rhythm. So we're gonna have speed changes, vibrations. I like me B-Boy Shoshay for sure. Shoshay. Taguchi.
楽しみにしていてください。全力で勝ちに行きますとのことです。
Kanato.
現在首位を走っております。しかも5連勝中。ステージング圧倒的 88.9% 取っています。しかしまだまだ強くなれる点を持っている。エースパフォーマンスを取りたいところ。今回匠さんを起用。前回ラウンド6においてエースパフォーマンス取っているので、匠さん勢いに乗っています。いかがでしょうか。
いやもうねチームとしても絶好調なこの状況、一応キープできるのか、多分ね匠君はまたかましてくれると思いますよ。楽しみですね。
宇宙空間の作品、客を夢中にさせることができるか。On the red corner, Lightful of Rhythm.
So that means our last match is going to be imoon versus Sega Sammy.
続いて赤コーナーからライトラウンドリズムの登場です。今回のエースダンサーには前回ラウンド9でエースポイントを取り3度目の正直を見せたカリンを再び起用。そんなカリンさんからが自分的にチャレンジングなエースパフォーマンスになるからこそ絶対に取りたい新しい
Hey, shout out to the camera guy for being able to find who's who, because I sure would not. Oh, Yutaka's photo is everything. It looks like a painting.
前回出場してエースポイント取っています。そして今回 SD ダンサーにボーンブレイク。恐るべき体の使い手。
They're kind of giving dinosaurs.
楽しみですよ。
Gosh, the costume team, man. Give them a raise and a coffee. Goodness. That's cool. I never even thought to try that. Huh.
強さと安定感を持つ戦略的エリートチームの登場。飽きなき探求心でその輝きをさらに増し、栄光へと進み続けるこのチーム。テーマはアストロ。宇宙空間の中で踊る質の高い強者たちのパフォーマンス。早速見ていきましょう。今宵も冷静にして大胆なレジットのパフォーマンスお楽しみください。シックスマッシュ、まずはこのチームサイバーエージェントレジット。10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cyber Agent Legit.
Turn my volume up. Spacing was a little off, but that's cool. God, when range is in check like that. Gosh, I don't know why the spacing was off near the beginning though. Come on with the heads. Come on, but the vibration interruptions are sick. Wow. It's all these. Whoa. We can't let B-Boys Show Shay be alone, right? We gotta have everybody do it. Wow. Wow. Yes, ma'am. Miss Campbell Locker. I feel like this is a go-to format for them. You just switch up the order. And it works, though. It works. That was crispy. Ooh. Nice. This little waiver was cool. Thank you! That was very strong. It wasn't, I would say, like, it's not the most super complex creative thing they've done, but their uses of vibrations was really interesting in that. Technique's always very strong. They know how to justify multiple genres, which is why they can be versatile like that with their boogalooing umbrella of things with animation and waving. The wave zigzag speed control of that, and then tracing it, and then folds. God, that was awesome. Their synchro was awesome. It's just enough risk, but it's still so readable and beautiful to observe. The zigzag was so good. But yeah, I don't know, from the jump, in that formation, we had one of our guys a little bit too far to the inside. But when we started with the blackout with the red, that was a really cool lighting choice, though, so I could see that be competitive for staging. This is when I really wish I was fluent in Japanese. Guys, I just want to know what this is about. This is...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Label alt rhythm.
Is it the same guy who did... It is. Same guy who did Karma. Now, how is the synchro gonna work, right? Wow. They did quite a bit of house in this, didn't they? Huh. Thank you! Okay. Wow. Okay. As creative as that was a very risky take here. And he's still there. I love it. Are we just gonna pick him up like that? No? He's all good? Love it. Yeah, I'm gonna guess, if y'all can fact check me here, he was the same guy who did the Karma set from Lifeful. I think that's still one of my favorite Lifeful routines they have ever done, was using him in that. That was so freaking cool. Now, I could see this as a shutout, potentially. Cyber taking it all. Because if you look at technique, like you see, oh gosh. I paused it on accident again. We gotta go back, because, like, literally this one little area. Like, look, right here. He's freaking too far on the inside. Like, that was the first thing that I saw from the jump, but as soon as the vibrations happened, then whenever they brought it back to the front, he fixed it. That was so subtle, though, right? God, that's whole, their sequence is freaking clean. Like, that little boom over, oh, insane. Insane! Their staging's always so freaking cool. So if Life's gonna take anything, I can see them take staging. But this is mad structured. Yeah, all that. This is really great. Their synchro is so fun, too. Look at that, with the fold up, and then this, yeah, the roll up, and then the fold up. Come on. Right? Ugh. All that. I liked his choice, and I liked Takumi's choices because they matched within the context of how they, like, the little fingerprints and components of the head usage and the vibration usage, but it wasn't overly redundant either. Like, it felt complementary, it didn't feel combative, and it didn't feel separated and isolated, right? And that's the downside of having special performers with this kind of, like, presentation up front. You're going to naturally want them to be your ace, but special performers can't be aces. So, I think it was Callan, right? Who was our ace for this. She did great, but also, because our focus was so subconsciously on our special performer, it just kind of felt like one angsty person out of the 7 in comparison to, like, a true, genuine feature moment. But that could just be my preferences, and that's okay. So could I see this as a 5-winner shutout? Yes. More so here than I was expecting from the Katakawa match. That one, I wasn't expecting to be, like, a true shutout like that. I get it, though. They freaking did great, but this one feels more so like that than that match. So let's go find out. Yeah. That makes, I mean, that the component that Lifeful can do very, very well is staging. Cyber Agent, freaking beast. A well-oiled machine, pun unintended and completely intended. They are so freaking consistent. I think Cyber Agent is probably in top 3 right now in terms of rankings. They are so freaking strong. They are. Like, sheesh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Oh man. So I mean, yeah, this was good. Lifeful took a risk. It helped him in one category, but didn't help him in them all. You literally win some, you lose some. I feel like every team's experienced a routine like that this season. Lifeful was on the receiving end of a lot of people not getting their sets. But now that we have more structure, I think it really does help them, out of everybody, be more competitive in the league. Like, I really do. I'm just, that's one of the components that makes me really thankful for the Synchro and Ace Performance categories being added the way that they are, is because it does provide more structure for teams that really were just kind of going with the flow, and some judges really like that, and most didn't. And so it just makes it a little bit more, what is it? Just, I don't know, more streamlined, I think is the best way to word it. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at this last match.
On the blue corner, Medical Concierge
Sega is such a hit or miss. Oh, hello. Aren't these really fun, though? These fets. Marin, it looks like they upcycled some shirts. Karen. Joe, Cody, or Moa. With a hula hoop.
セガサミールックス、今回どんな作品か、エースに初めての魔王さんが登場、そして電気という言葉もありましたね。しかもフラフープも持っている、どんな作品なんだ？
楽しみだな。しかも今回スピーダーマンのしんすけさんがすごく意外な組み合わせなので楽しみですこれは。
常に新たな可能性を見せ、強さを増すこのチームの登場。今宵も見せるimoonの新世界。ラップのフロー、声、言葉、アチチュードを遊び心満載に表現したハイセンスなパフォーマンスの始まりです。さあ、全てを驚愕させるストーリーの続き、見てみましょう。今宵ラストマッチ、まずはこのチーム、メディカル甲子園imoon。 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Medical Concierge imoon.
So interesting. Wow. Ooh. Scandalous ladies. Oh, cool. Okay, so seeing our special performer be such a heavy, like, nuance and where our attention's drawn, how are we gonna integrate our ace, right? Hey. Oh, that was smart. Huh. Hey. Wow. Oh, I loved her vibe there. Ooh. That was a good synchro. Yeah. Yep. Ooh. That was fun. Thank you. imoon. That was a fun usage of a special performer. Instead of having her like in the back, you made her the person controlling, and then you gave an instance of her integrating or like influencing vocally to the other members, and that's what sent them off. That was cool. That was needed, because having your ace not be that special performer, it's in the rules, I'm sure, because we haven't seen it at all this season, but it would also, it can potentially throw you off depending on how it's shown, and they did a good job on that.
挑戦を続けるヒップホップの申し子たち、
圧倒的存在感とカリスマ性を見せるこのチームの登場。前に進み続けるチームが今宵新たな挑戦で提示するセオリーを破壊し別次元で融合するヒップホッププラスアルファ。皆さんに心躍る特別な瞬間を体験してもらいましょう。さあ今夜のラスト飾るのはこのチーム紹介しましょう。セガサミルークス 10, 9.
Alright, Saga. You're gonna swing one of two ways. Most teams do, but they have definitely been swinging so many different directions this season. Gotta give him credit for going outside of the box or the hoop for a... Wow, for a concept. Come on now. Wow. So they also got, like I said, another special performer. Whoa. Are they going to do a synchro section with hula hoops? Yo, Trey's choices. Wow. I liked her flow there. That was cool. She connected pretty decently. Nice. You're kidding. You're kidding. Wow. Cool. Run, my brother in the back. Wow. I really like the versatility of our artist here. We love that. Wow. That was so fun. That was giving like Cirque du Soleil niche, right? With like a 90s sitcom sound. Wow! They should be really proud of that performance. That was mad difficult. Now, okay, I can see Sega taking audience. I really liked both. I really enjoyed what Sega did here. Okay. Okay, audience, I'm going to say Sega. Technique, I'm going to give to... Oof. Oof. Ooh, tough stuff. I mean, I think imoon is very competitive. Oh, God. This is tough, isn't it? I'm going to say staging should go to Sega. Man, the risk-taking on the prop was cool. Synchro? That was fun. That right there? Ugh. Show us synchro. Gosh, I loved her ace. That's wild. This was cool. A little rotating hitch kick. That was cool out of it as well. Man. Her choice was nice. I like how they did a swing of the hoops to frame her. That was really smart. I have a feeling, okay, I think I can see imoon taking synchro because it's so freaking close. Like, Sega's got heck of a lot of difficulty on that hula hoop, but I don't know if it was 100% clean like imoon's was. Oh my god, isn't this tough? I mean, no one likes a tie. Oh man. Guys, I can't decide. I mean, I don't expect it a sweep. Nah, it's not a sweep. I can't decide on this one. Yeah, so we're just gonna let it play. And by let it play, we skip to what the score is. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So they're gonna chat about it. Squatting it closer to God. They took that makes sense. Technique, choreo, staging, and ace. That was synchro was the one I was like, I feel as cool as it was. It's like Septony had a really cool synchro. I didn't feel like it was 100% clean for a synchro section with those hula hoops. That's why, like, sometimes you can bite off too much than you can chew. Sometimes people, you know what I mean? Like, some people misplace what the potential synchro they could pull is. Like, they underestimate their ability to be clean on a section. Like, Benefit One, I think's done that a couple times. And then today, I don't know, it wasn't full cast, it was Koze. I think Koze pulled it safe on their synchro. Now, I don't remember right now at this moment if it didn't matter, but yeah, I would say preferentially I went with their competitor. I think it was Full Cash, right? And their synchro there. Oh man, but yeah, imoon getting synchro makes sense. I would say Ace was, all of this was really fun, and it was really tough for me to decide. Like, it's Sega getting staging for sure. Choreo, I think for me it's always a toss up on with choreography and staging. Like, choreography, I pertain more towards the content and the creativity within the content. Staging is the usage of lights, props, but also the humans on the stage. Like, not the content they're doing, but where you're putting them to do it, right? Now, I don't know if the judges are framing and adding that in, but that is something I'm thinking about because that's just what I was trained to think about within the circuits that I trained in. And audience, you never know unless you're in the know on who has backing on what sponsorships and fan bases. The technique side, it's always been a toss-up depending on the team that you're looking at, because sometimes Benefit One has really strong technique. It's just not pertaining to street dance, which is why sometimes it gets rewarded and sometimes it doesn't, because the umbrella of D.League, depending on who your judges are, their scope's gonna lie more on the street dance side. So that's why it's really hard for me when you're dealing with the hula hoop apparatus. Yes, they had animation involved, but it was the hula hoop apparatus that I really appreciated the complexity for, but were they gonna honor it? That I didn't know, because we've seen other street dances not get honored on the show, on the circuit. I don't know. I feel like I had so many questions here. Good for Sega for pulling a win. This doesn't surprise me, right? Like, this win, like, everybody who's won or lost or whatever, like, that, it's made sense. Like, it hasn't been like a, oh my god. I would say the first match out of all of them, but that's hard to measure when you're dealing with, like, a full crump hybrid versus a breakers doing their thing with that creativity. So it was fun having her there, though. Okay, so what I was told was we're going to go look at the lineup, and then we're going to place our bets on who we think most valuable dancer is. So let's head over to the scoreboard. All right, here we are. Okay. Oh, so Cyber Agent's taken 1 sweep. Katakawa's taken 2 sweeps. Septony's 2 sweeps. Valiant's 1. Medical Concierge taken 2 freaking sweeps. It's wild. You know what's even crazier to me? It looks like only top 6 make it into the championship. 7th through 14th, they're not. Like, that's... We're cutting it mega close right now, aren't we? Oh, man. Okay. So... if Medical, who are they against? We just saw them. Oh my god, Jess, use your brain. Who did you just watch? Sega. Okay. They lost against Sega. Sega got 2 points. It is what it is. I think things can get shaken up once that Cypher round takes place. Because that's going to happen what? Y'all were saying, was it round 13, round 14? One of the last rounds that happens going to be that Cypher round. I think that can shake things up enough to where somebody's going to get knocked out at the top 6 over it. And that's interesting. Okay, so looking here at this list, I can see Cyber Agent. They've been very consistently at the top, but for some reason, Katakawa pulls a win in the Nationals, which is so interesting. I hadn't watched an official tournament for the Nationals yet, and so I'm excited to actually do that. And if y'all hold my hand and guide me through that, I would appreciate it. But yeah, Cyber's always been competitive. I know they really want to get a win. Valuance has been fan-freaking-tastic this season. Goodness. Okay. Yeah, so the Valuance being up there makes sense. Septiny, they've been creeping up there. Like, they haven't been on my radar as much. I'm surprised Dip's not in top 6 out of them all. Koze, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, when I'm kind of thinking Benefit and Fullcast being at the bottom, that doesn't surprise me at all. I would be surprised if anybody else was close to that. Sega's pulled some upsets, which is why I'm not surprised that they're that low, but like in my brain I don't associate them with being that low. Avex is coasting middle. Do I see any teams potentially pulling up? I can see Dip Battles pull up to national rank here in the next couple of rounds because of their consistency. Like, the competitiveness they bring is very impressive. If Lifeful... they're so off the wall. I don't know if they're gonna have enough consistent, like, not regulated performances, but I do feel like Lifeful could make it in top 6 if they didn't go so abstract as often as I do, but part of me doesn't want them to stop it. It's so fun watching the things that they do. It's just such a risk, especially with who they're up against. But, I mean, I don't expect Cyber, Katakawa, or Valuance to really leave those top 3 spots. I can see Valuance bumping up after Cypher, because they are to be reckoned with. And I would say Sega Sammy is a freaking dark horse, wild card in Cyphers, because they had some of my favorite sets that happened in, like, it was like a 3v3 situation. That sent me, and that was probably my favorite thing. I still think about it. But yeah, so that's kind of like my feel and my take on this lineup. It doesn't really surprise me. But the only ones that I hadn't had on my radar in the top 6 were Septiny and Koze. But you all told me about Medical. I'm rooting for them. I want them to be able to experience being in the bracket of top 6. They are so competent and able to do it. It really just depends on who you're against and the circumstance of concept. Really, it depends on what categories you're fighting for. Because you can tell based on what a group's doing, like, oh, they're fighting for staging, they're fighting for shutout, they're fighting for technique. Like, you can feel it based on what kind of arsenal they're bringing to that, you know? But let's go, now, if I'm thinking about most valuable dancer, I normally go off of aces. Because I don't think special performers qualify for it. Who was the most interesting? I mean, I would say Takumi was very strong. He was really interesting there. And I'm not going to factor whether they won or lost either. I think Takumi was really cool. I think I really liked Avex's as well. Avex was really cool this time for sure. And I'll even throw in, let's see, what's my third one today. I'll say I liked Sega Sammy's. I liked hers. Those would be my 3 that I would kind of, you know, have on my radar that could possibly take it. It could be somebody else. That's fine. That's life. So make this fun. So let's go find out.
第一生命 D リーグ2425ラウンド10 MVP に輝いたのはこの D リーガー
Okay. Shiga Kicks. Look at him. Oh, you know what? Shame on me. This brother did a freaking ticking on his elbows. Why did I forget that? Oh, shame. I'm ashamed. My apologies. Yes, take that and get yourself an extra thing at the souvenir shop on me. I'm so sorry. How dare I forget about that wild ace performance. Oh, man, I mean, I don't want to cut him off, but I can't really understand him, but I do appreciate his vibe. It's really nice. This was fun. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching with me. I apologize for the delay. I just got back from out of town, and I had some catching up to do and some episode viewing on the Patreon side, but now we're here back on YouTube, ready to rev it up in the commentary, in the comments with you guys. Wow, you guys know me, I know you. Y'all let me know your thoughts about my microphone. If you're like, Jess, what microphone are you talking about? I made a whole little commercial in the middle of the video about it, and I talked about it in the beginning. It's a link in the description if you are curious about it. I personally have really enjoyed messing with this thing to where I think it picks up the video better and it picks up my voice better. And I think it's just dope, and it's heavy too, which means that I feel like it actually works. So anyways, a little side note. If you're curious about it, let me know. I got you. But yeah, I'm excited for the commentary. Which routine was your favorite? You guys have already heard my spiel. Yeah, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.